everybody here. The legend of Nachiketa, a legend which speaks about the spirit of inquiry, which speaks about the secret of death, of dying, and in the process, rising again from one's death to live in a different relationship with the world. Nachiketa, the young inquirer, he was watching his father do the Yagna Karma, the Vajashravas, the one who likes to earn, to hoard, and then to give to other people. And Nachiketa noticed this is how the life flows by. With us earning, hoarding, giving, it kind of strengthens our ego, doesn't it? To be able to earn, to be able to collect, to be able to give to other people. But nonetheless, it is said in the Upanishad, if one really earns, if one really hoards, if one really gives, in the process one gets free, provided one is honest about it, with oneself at least. And Nachiketa noticed his father giving away cows to the Brahmins as dakshina, cows which were old, which had lived their lives, which would not be of any use to the ones who were receiving it as a gift. And that Nirbhay Balak, that fearless inquirer, asked his father, but one is supposed to give that which is most precious to oneself. Who would you give this me to? After all, I'm the most precious thing for you. You know, adults don't like to hear such questions. They feel disturbed. But the inquirer's job is to disturb people. And Nachiketa repeated his question once, twice, thrice. And his father, in anger, said, go, I give you to the Lord of Death. They say that father was angry while giving this instruction to his son. But there is another way of looking at it. He realized his incompleteness. He realized how he has been compromising. So he told his son to go and learn what he had not been able to learn in his life. Nachiketa, the inquirer, who's really set on the path of truth, did not waste any time in complaining. Why am I being sent? Why is life doing this to me? Why is it happening to me? And he sets out on the journey. He goes and waits outside Yamaraj's house because Yamaraj was not at home. He waits because an inquirer has tremendous patience. He's not in a hurry. He doesn't want truth. It's like a package. No? He waits there till Yamaraj returns. You know, Yamaraj of Upanishads is not the scary Yamaraj that we have visualized through some stories. He is Dharmaraj, the one who tells you the path of Dharma, of truth. When Yamaraj returns, when the Dharmaraj returns, he is happy to see the patience of this child, the tenacity of this child's inquiry, and he gives him 3 boons. And Nachiketa, you know the first boon he asked for? Because he was very clear that he had come to learn from Dharmaraj. He hadn't come to withdraw from life. He hadn't come to run away from the challenges of life. So he asks him, when I return, my father should receive me and should be happy to accept me back. It was his way of saying that after I have gone back, transformed, after learning from you, may the society, may my relations accept me the way I am. He's granted that boon. For the second boon, he wants to know the secret of heaven. You know, after all the religions build some images of heaven, you know, where there'll be endless joy, endless comfort, endless luxury. Maybe not joy, but definitely pleasure. And he's granted that boon too. He just wanted to know the subtle principle. But he didn't want to stay in that world. He is not interested in living in comfort or luxury or having endless freedom from suffering. Suffering is also part of life. His commitment is not to pleasure or to comfort. His commitment is to the path of truth and whatever else comes along with it. He's granted the second boon. And he moves on to the third one. Yamaraj was not prepared for this boon, request for this boon. And Nachiketa says, give me the secret of death, for you are the teacher. I know who is the one who can teach me that ultimate truth. Yamaraj tries testing him. He gives him all kinds of temptations, offers him longevity, offers him endless comfort, endless wealth, recognition, name, admiration, everything possible. He even offers him some beautiful maidens. And Nachiketa, he was respectful. He had Shraddha in his heart. Because the whole story starts with the birth of Shraddha in Nachiketa's heart. Kathopanishad talks about Nachiketa set out on that path because Shraddha had taken birth in him. With all respect, but with fearlessness, he tells Yamaraj, if you wish, you can keep all these gifts for yourself with which you are tempting me. But give me that ultimate truth. And Yamaraj bows down to his young disciple, to the spirit of inquiry actually. Because on this path there are no persons. Guru and Shishya, they are meant only to serve the purpose of inquiry. So he doesn't hesitate to bow down to Nachiketa. He says, you are much sharper, much more committed than I was at your age. After all, who is a guru? The one in whom the inquiry has blossomed. It has found the ultimate. And the one who's seeking, the Shishya, is the one who is on this path. So there is no hierarchy there as such. But there is respect. There is Shraddha there. So finally, after checking the patrata of Nachiketa, Yamaraj agrees to give him that Brahma Vidya, the secret of how one dies. Actually, that is the path of yoga. He prepares him because when inquiry is not kind of, how do I put it, when it is not protected with yama and yamas of life, then inquiry gets scattered. It has to be kept in a frame of certain restraint. What does yama mean, the Yamaraj? It means sanyam. When it is protected, when that flame of inquiry is protected with certain yamas, certain niyamas, then it can grow. That flame can become stronger. And it doesn't get blown away like the winds blow away a flame from time to time. So he learns to take care of his body. He's taught asanas. He's taught the relevance of pranayam, how to relate with one's breath. He's taught how to do pratyahar, that is withdrawing the senses within, the energy which is constantly flowing out. We don't give any rest to that energy to turn inwards. You see, this is, while listening to the story or while I'm telling the story, we need to keep the image of a flame. Each Upanishad relates with one element of nature. Kathopanishad relates with fire. It's a flame of passion. Passion is a very beautiful word. We can maybe look at it another time. Passion for truth. But that fire has to be protected. Otherwise it destroys. It has to be learned to become a flame. So Nachiketa learns from this Dharmaraj, from his guru, from his teacher, the way of protecting that flame with the help of yama, niyama, asana, dharana. Yes, still dharana, the role of teacher is very crucial. But from pratyahar, one goes to the stage of dharana. How to concentrate that energy, how not to let it fritter away. Like Eklavya, he learns the art of dharana shakti. And thereafter it is said, it's the realm of grace, the realm of dhyanam. At that stage one does not have to practice anything. all the practice, all the purusharth happens till the stage of dharana. Thereafter, one doesn't get impatient because impatience has died in the process of learning dharana. It has settled down. Then it doesn't say, when will you come? When will you? It doesn't demand. Huh? Because we are not talking about the kind of dhyanam which is a kind of a methodology. It's not a method, it's not stress management technique. That is all left in the management schools of this day. Huh? In the realm of dhyanam, it's the death of one's ego. It's the death of one's self-centeredness. It's the death of that endless I, me, mine, so that one can relate better with the world. Dhanam is not meant to make you withdraw from the world. Because these Upanishads speak about a path where one relates, one does not run away from the world, one does not get consumed by that world. It's a way of neither running away, nor is it a way of getting completely crushed by the world. So Nachiketa finds the answer to his third questions. He learns the art of dying to that which comes in the way of relating without keeping oneself at the center. And the assumption is that he goes back because that's what he had asked for in the first place. And there's only one line I feel like adding is, Nachiketa is not somewhere in that Kathopanishad. He's not there sitting in that Aranya Sanskriti. That world is not dead because that continues. It speaks about that Nachiketa which is there living in each one of us. That's why Nachiketa remains alive. So I bow down to that Nachiketa in each one of us.